Hi guys, welcome back to the Block Talks. Today's guest is Brody, the founder of PalmUSD. Thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So why don't we just start with a quick intro to yourself and to PalmUSD?
Yeah, so I've been an engineer for about 15 years, on and off in different public and private projects. And PalmUSD is a Sharia-compliant, permissionless dollar.
Sharia-compliant, permissionless dollar. We're going to get back to that. But just before we do, a little bit more about yourself. What was your first real exposure to finance and global markets, and what stuck with you from that period?
Yeah, so my dad is an economist and in the public policy space. I grew up always interested about finance and business and things. And I think when I started traveling overseas, a lot of the traditional technology that we had in the States didn't propagate out to the rest of the world. And that's where I saw kind of the early days of crypto, where there could be easy transfer of value. You saw a financial system that, while very robust in the States, had a lot of holes in it internationally.
Mm-hmm. And is that when you started questioning how money actually moves across borders?
Yeah, when you can have an account in the UAE and trying to send money back to the States, it can take 3 or 4 days. Yet with crypto, it settles in seconds.
Yeah.
And it's just more efficient.
Yeah. And did anything specific happen that made you realize that the traditional financial infrastructure just isn't doing it anymore?
Yeah, I think kind of moving money internationally. And especially as I spent a lot of time with partners in Africa, seeing how dysfunctional a lot of the very many African financial systems are, showed that while we build for ourselves, crypto is really good at building for what we like, not what the rest of the world actually needs.
Okay. And so most people in your position would then just go find a solution that works for them and move on with their lives. But you decided to build a whole infrastructure that everyone else can use. Why is that? Because
I think we see with Binance, with all of the controversy in the States around the Clarity Act, crypto works really well overseas. And so often as a builder, and I'm guilty of it myself many times, we build for things we like. We don't put ourselves in the position of what actual solutions are. We build what is cool for us and our friends without looking beyond our inner circle. And I think crypto is very guilty of building things for people in crypto without actually building solutions and infrastructure that the rest of the world can then use.
Okay. So then PalmUSD was born.
Correct.
Okay. And what problem does it exist to solve?
So PalmUSD is permissionless money. So it allows us to, in traditional smart contracts, you have transfer to party A to party B. You always reference back the contract. Is there a blacklist? Is it paused? Is it restricted? Palm has no such function. We are permissionless. So it is Bitcoin-style sovereignty, but with the transactability of a dollar with Sharia-compliant reserves. And Sharia-compliance means that we don't take risk. It is value-based. We keep all of our reserves in fiat instruments that are fully Sharia-compliant in third-party custodian banks and audited. So it allows us to extend that kind of very compliant infrastructure to the rest of the world.
Okay. And when you say permissionless, that word might scare a lot of people. What are the risks associated with having a permissionless currency, and do you think that it's your responsibility? How do you see the risks that come with having a permissionless currency?
Yeah, so we have a really, really strict compliance process for our distribution and exchange partners. So we believe in compliance at point of access. So our job at Palm is to issue the dollar, defend the dollar, maintain that peg, and then be incredibly strict with our on and off partners. So for us, we don't issue directly to users or organizations. We issue to companies that are licensed VASPs, licensed exchanges, licensed financial service providers in their respective countries, which then at the end of the day pushes that kind of KYC, because for us to design a KYC program for Uganda doesn't make sense.
Right.
For us to design a KYC process for Japan doesn't make sense.
Right.
It's the world is a very diverse place, and for us to build a solution that provides the most impact for people, it requires on-the-ground knowledge that no one outside those countries can actually develop.
That's very interesting. That's a very unique approach, actually, that I haven't really heard from any other stablecoin kind of issuer. So you're operating in Middle East.
Yep. So we
Asia.
operate. So we're based in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
So we operate out of Saudi. They have been fantastic partners for us. What they're building in Saudi Arabia is incredibly impressive. We operate when Sharia compliance is a big part of what we do. Hence, we keep all reserves in Saudi and the UAE.
Yeah, and operating in Saudi Arabia is very interesting because not a lot of crypto companies have touched down there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's the experience been?
Fantastic.
Really?
They're incredibly welcoming, incredibly supportive. They're working through a lot of their internal regulations for things, but it's been nothing but positive experience working with them.
That's amazing. And what gaps have you seen in the region?
I think
so far.
I think in the region as a whole, a lack of productized consumer technology. As a stablecoin issuer, you have we had this conversation with a friend of mine. We're talking about what different protocols and things. We're looking to build an ecosystem around Sharia compliant finance, and there's so much of the development effort goes into. There are 50 different tokenization companies that have a similar technology. There are 50 different stablecoin companies that are all white labeled USDCs. I think there's a lot of marketing going on, but I think we're starting to see a desire, and at least a lot of more of the older builders, to get back to building utility and really building infrastructure. We have a lot of products. That's why I say you're a feature of a product, you're a product of a platform, or you are the platform. As soon as, when you figure out what you are in the ecosystem, the sooner you can actually grow. And for us, we're a platform. Our job, we are neutral, we work with everyone, yet we don't do the whole meme coin thing.
Yeah.
And that there's definitely a gap in utility.
Okay, that's interesting. A gap in utility. Can you explain a little bit more about what you mean by utility?
Yeah, so common average consumers, take Africa for example.
Right.
They are a perfect use case for crypto. You're seeing in Indonesia, Argentina, USDT is a common day-to-day currency. Mm-hmm. We need less crypto-heavy interfaces. Mm-hmm. We need more easy on-ramps for crypto, less crypto.
Right.
Like, it can be crypto underpinned, but the consumer experiences are where things are lacking.
Yeah, a seamless.
Exactly.
Bridge.
I think Revolut's doing some interesting things around their crypto product. Cass is definitely doing some interesting things, but more blending traditional kind of modern technologies with a crypto underpin. That I think is what will end up winning.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%, because I think, like, even for me, when I see my family members, they'll download like one of the top centralized exchanges to try and experience, but it's so different from what they're used to that they always end up getting lost in there, like trying to figure out, how do I get my fiat how do I transfer fiat and get crypto, and then how do I do it, reverse it back and get it back into my account.
Oh, exactly. I was setting up a friend of mine came to me yesterday. He's like, hey, I want to get into crypto. I'm like, great. Like, he went to go download MetaMask and was confused. He didn't have to scan his passport. Like, it took me 4 or 5 minutes to explain to him that no, you've set it up. Yeah. There's no passport. And I think those kind of examples we all have. Yeah. I think with the new biometrics on MetaMask, we're starting to get people more comfortable. But yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Yeah. So how are you getting people comfortable with PalmUSD? Like, I know you don't sell to the direct consumer, but eventually when an end consumer is purchasing the stable coin, where can they see the reserves?
Yep.
How can they be sure of what they're purchasing?
Yep. So in about a week or two, we're publishing our first audit report. Unlike others in the space, we actually are fully audited end to end.
Yep.
It's crazy. And then we do weekly attestations from our accounting firm. Everything goes online. We're working on some other really cool ways of seeing real-time access to reserves that will come out at the end of this year. But we are transparent from the beginning. All of our code's public. Our audit reports are public. If we don't do anything funky because we're Sharia compliant. We're not backed by gold. We're not backed by Bitcoin. We're backed by cash and accounts.
Yeah.
Which is a really, really crazy thing to say. That a stable coin should be backed by something stable.
Yeah.
Which is pegged currency. Like, you can't have a stable coin and it be backed by unstable assets. When gold dropped 7% overnight, when Bitcoin's down, yesterday was like, Ethereum was down like 11% again yesterday.
Yeah.
You can't be backed by unstable assets.
Yeah.
So we are entirely transparent from the jump. We don't have reserve wallets. We're not maintaining anything else. It's cash and accounts.
Yeah. That's amazing that you say that. And I think, like, I hear a lot of people that, like, obviously people come to us discussing their ideas, wanting to have, and they say stablecoin backed by gold. I'm like, it's not really stable.
No, it's not.
It's an asset-backed token,
Correct.
but it's not stable.
Correct.
Yeah. So you repeated Sharia compliance a lot of times in our conversation. What does Sharia compliant mean for those
Sharia
that
compliance, when you boil it down to it, is there's no interest-bearing notes. We're not backed by treasury bills. We're not backed by risky investments. We have very diligent Sharia compliance reviews and committee reviews. It is solid. It is no risk. We don't take risk. Our job is not. We're not a investment fund. We're not a tokenized hedge fund. We are a stablecoin. So Sharia compliance means we are entirely risk-free from the beginning, which, again, if our job is simply be a custodian of digital money and the collateral for digital money, there should be zero risk involved.
Right.
So it's a really strong pillar of what we do here.
Amazing. And what was the process like getting that Sharia compliance stamp?
Really difficult. I think that took most of the time trying to get this, because crypto inherently, from a Sharia perspective, is difficult, because crypto inherently is volatile.
Right.
And that's why, like all the other stablecoins out there, there is no one that will stamp a Sharia compliant certificate on things like Circle and Tether, because they are inherently underpinned by interest-bearing notes and U.S. Treasury bills. So part of our Sharia compliance process is attesting every single quarter, a full review of the holdings, even down to redemption. So it's one for one. There's no hidden fees. There's no redemption fees. It is one for one.
Yeah.
When exchange partners want to come redeem, we're not charging them a redemption fee, because that violates what our Sharia compliance certificate does.
Right.
It has to be one for one.
So, are you constantly audited by a Sharia bureau?
Monthly.
Monthly. Wow.
Yeah, monthly. We have to send all of our attestations out.
Okay. And what made you decide to even go for the Sharia compliance certificate?
I think it's important in the region. We're in the Middle East.
Yeah.
For crypto to be, I think, really adopted here. A lot of us are expats that came in, but for crypto to really become a central part of the Middle East, which everyone's moving to the UAE and Saudi, we need to look at how crypto is used here, what the issues are, and most of your large financial institutions want to get involved, but so many of the accounts, especially Saudi, all of these banks in Saudi are Islamic.
Yeah.
There's not a You don't have a non-Islamic bank in Saudi Arabia. So for us to work there, we had to think differently.
Yeah. No, that's great that you guys did that. And I think we're going to see that a lot more.
Yeah.
Because obviously there's a lot of capital in the region.
Yeah.
But they will not invest unless it is Sharia compliant projects.
Exactly.
So I think we're definitely going to see that a lot more. And it's amazing that you guys did it from the start. So the stablecoin is called PalmUSD.
Yep.
PUSD.
Yep.
But it's not backed by USD.
It is not.
Explain that.
It is backed entirely by Rial and Dirham, which are pegged currencies.
UAE Dirham.
Yes.
Okay.
So they are pegged currencies, which means the governments of the UAE and Saudi have decided via national law to peg their currency and tie the value of their currency to the US dollar. Mm-hmm. So it allows us to issue a dollar without maintaining any of our reserves in dollar.
Okay. That's very interesting. And is there a specific reason that you chose UAE and Saudi?
Yeah, I think in terms of countries that are creating environments to build innovation, mm-hmm. and the fact that they are pegged currencies.
Right.
Again, our job is to not do anything. Our job is to be the most boring company in the world. We simply hold money in accounts.
Yep.
And we hold it, and when you need it, you come. When exchanges need it, they come to us, we give it back, and they give us back our token. When you start pegging to the US dollar via non-peg currencies, you then get into a ton of Forex risk.
Right.
Which then you get into different financial instruments and to mitigate that Forex risk, which none of them are Sharia compliant.
Yeah.
So if our goal was to be truly Sharia compliant and neutral, we had to stay in the region.
Right. This might be ignorant of me, but I always knew that the UAE dirham was pegged to the US dollar, but I never knew that the Saudi riyal was pegged to the dollar too.
Correct.
Yeah, it's quite interesting.
And so is Oman and Jordan.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, they've been quite stable. I've been here since 2004, and the dirham to dollar rate has always been very stable. It does not move.
Yeah, that's why we like to peg.
Yep. And how does this backing model differentiate you with other USD-backed?
We are the only one that is pegged to the dollar that does not store in dollar. Mm-hmm. If you look at the bulk of the other fiat-backed stablecoins, they're all pretty much the same.
Right.
PYUSD is the same backing as USDC, which is the same backing as USD1. Mm-hmm. Tether is a little bit of a hybrid. Mm-hmm. They're all backed by U.S. Treasury bills. Mm-hmm. The Genius Act states that you have to be backed by U.S. notes and securities, which is Treasury bills, which are haram technically because they are interest-bearing notes. Interest-bearing. So we are the only one that has created a way to have a fiat-backed stablecoin pegged to the dollar without any of that backing.
Mm-hmm. So we say institutional grade.
Yep.
What does that actually mean?
We have a incredibly robust, from security to compliance. It's a bank. In Saudi, we are we have the licenses as a financial institution. Wow. Which means we have a ton of just institutional requirements we have to follow. Right. We are audited on our own. We decided we were going to be audited and publicize them. We are built for institutions. So one of our partners is a big trade house. They view Palm as institutional grade when it comes to security, custody, treasury. Mm-hmm. We are my partners have run multi-billion-dollar financial institutions. We look at everything not from here's how we're going to win in the trenches. You win by policy, government institutions, get adopted there, and then start moving down to the consumer retail side.
Yeah, that's actually quite smart. And I don't think a lot of projects, whether it's stablecoin or crypto, think of it that way. No. They always try to go direct to retail.
Yep.
But the way you guys are doing it is very interesting.
We're building infrastructure, not a product.
Right. And how much of the PUSD is actually in circulation today?
$2.8 billion.
$2.8 billion?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's held by we have an amazing partner in Hong Kong that believes in the mission, and they stepped up, and when we were talking to them, hey, let's do like a small test. Let's get something going so we can test our infrastructure, finish out audits, compliance, basically the whole flow of a machine, and they came out with a $2.8 billion purchase order.
Wow.
So it's a, it was incredible, really shocking.
Yeah.
But it's a 2.8, and then we have some announcements over the next week. So you'll see a couple more billion go into circulation. And,
amazing.
Yeah.
Are you able to tell us what the use cases are or no?
Commodity trading.
Wow. That is
institutional settlement of large commodity trades.
Very cool. Okay, so you guys operate across multiple jurisdictions.
Yep.
You said you're licensed in Saudi.
Yep.
You mentioned the UAE, you mentioned Africa.
Yep.
How do you approach this like very multi-jurisdictional operation in terms of like making sure you stay within a regulated framework?
Yeah, so we are incredibly proactive when we enter into a new region. We proactively reach out to regulators, have conversations. We're not here to hide anything. Here's what we are. And we operate via licensed entities. So for us, when we enter into a new region, you're never going to see a big Palm advertisement. You're never going to see anything. We work with those licensed companies in those markets. They're our distributors. They are our exchanges. They are the VASPs that manage on and off. So we work with regulators via their licensed entities in country. Again, we're infrastructure. So you don't go in, you're not going to run in and see a Palm exchange at some place, but you'll see our partners.
Yeah, that's very interesting. So you'll see Palm being offered by licensed entities.
Exactly, because it goes back to what I said earlier. For us, because we're permissionless, we are really, really compliance and regulatory first.
Yeah.
What is a acceptable KYC in Uganda is different than an acceptable KYC in Great Britain, in the UK. They're two separate ecosystems. For us, we're infrastructure. We provide it to the licensed companies in those regions and let them handle their regulators.
Yeah. I'm sorry, we're going to go on to talk a little bit about what you think is coming next, but I just had a question pop in my head. Palm? Why Palm?
I think Palm is cool. It's the palm trees are a big deal in Saudi. You have Palm Jumeirah.
Yeah.
I think Palm was objectively was a cool name at the time.
Yeah.
And I think it like Palm Jumeirah was built when people said Sheikh Maktoum couldn't build it. For a long time, people said you couldn't build something like this, and we showed you could.
Yep.
So I think
3 times.
Oh, exactly. I think Palm is a unique. There's palm trees everywhere.
Yeah.
It's cool. The branding is cool. We have some really cool brand stuff coming with it.
Cool. I assumed that. I just wanted to be sure. But yeah, what you said about the island, I love how much one word can always represent.
Yeah.
So if we zoom out.
Yeah. And
we're looking at the next 5 to 10 years, how do you think PUSD is going to be used across the world?
I think for a lot of everything from institutional settlements, which is what we're leaning towards to start. Right. We have crypto debit card companies coming to us. We have neobanks coming to us and saying, "Hey, could we use it like X, Y, and Z?" We have one of the largest protocols on Solana. Doing, hey, we have a really unique use case where this could work. I think the fact we are a neutral, permissionless dollar gives people a lot of institutional comfort without any of the, as an engineer, having to swap between a dollar peg and something else is really difficult.
Yeah.
So our goal for the next year is to become one of the default settlement layers like our competitors are.
And how long do you think it's going to take for majority of institutions and people to be using a stablecoin or a cryptocurrency rather than fiat?
I think it's going to happen a whole lot faster.
Right.
I think what you're seeing in the U.S. right now with the Clarity Act shows that your huge, big financial institutions see the power that crypto has.
Yeah.
And when you see TradFi jump at something, remember, most traditional finance organizations are the most overly regulated, hyper-regulated, risk-off institutions.
Right.
When they jump at something, they can see how impactful it can become. So I think from a regulatory standpoint, it's incredibly bullish for stablecoins, and I think it's a matter of those products and those platforms that can work both with institutional and retail players. That's where you're going to start seeing a lot more volume come through.
Right. What? Dumb question maybe, but what is the Clarity Act?
Clarity Act is it's the next evolution of the Genius Act. Okay. So it is providing clarity around a lot of the gray area of the U.S. regulatory environment for when it comes to cryptocurrency. Okay,
that's very interesting. So how does Palm fit into the long-term evolution of the financial systems in emerging markets and emerging regions?
I think that's where we're leading our focus.
Right.
It gives dollar access, but with a wrapper that is neutral and Sharia compliant. It is, we're spending our time in places that are difficult.
Right.
Because our goal is to solve problems and provide a liquidity layer to connect these markets to the rest of the global financial system in ways that work for them in these regions.
Right.
And for us, we're starting at the government institution level. So we're not dealing with smaller organizations and countries. We're going straight to the top and saying, hey, we can provide you X, Y, and Z. Let's work together.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we're different than most of the competitors in the space.
Have you ever, like if you're speaking to a specific region or country, where their currency obviously might be volatile, lower in value compared to the dollar, have you ever felt that they feel a threat that if they adopt this technology, it's going to devalue their currency even further?
There are a lot of these countries looking for stability.
Yeah.
And we can help provide that stability. And I think we've gotten more of the opposite response of how can we work together? Because we want that we see how the trends are evolving very quickly. And we want to make sure we have a seat at the table and not wake up one morning and everyone's running on stable currency that we don't benefit from.
Right.
So I think for us, we're taking a much more collaborative approach, saying work with us and not work against us.
Right.
Because you work with us, you get a more seat at the table, and it's better for everyone at the end of the day.
Right. So what's one misconception that people have about stablecoins that you wish you could just like tell everyone?
I think most stablecoins can be frozen.
They can be frozen?
Yes. So Tether, Circle, all of your other stablecoins can be frozen at any time. You could look at the code. You go to our code on any of the explorers. There is no
freeze option.
There's no blacklist.
Yeah.
I think that's what most people don't realize about stablecoins is the ability. They are not. It's not Bitcoin.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that before we talked for the first time, actually. Yeah. If you were starting Palm today from scratch, is there anything that you would do differently?
Start the Sharia compliance process a lot earlier.
Okay.
Start that process a lot earlier.
Yeah.
And I think focus more on developing markets.
Yeah.
Go where the attention's not. When you build something like this, go where you can have those very honest conversations about issues. Create an environment where people feel safe to talk about current issues they have in their financial systems without pressure.
Yeah. And my last question. When people talk about PalmUSD 5-10 years from now, what's one thing you hope that they say you got right?
We did it the right way. We never compromise on the ethics that made Palm Palm.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time and being here today. That was a very, very interesting conversation.
I appreciate it.
Of course. And thank you guys for watching. And as usual, a huge thank you to Web3 TV for this beautiful studio.